Hi, this is King of Review. Find the x-intercept of the quadratic function below. Y equals x squared minus 2x plus 1. So in this problem, we're asked to find the x-intercept. Let's think about this. If we have a coordinate plane here, here's our x-axis and here's our y-axis, and let's say we're plotting a line. If we plot a line, let's say it looks something like this. X-intercept, where does it cross the x-axis at? Well, that's right here at this point. And what if we have a parabola? A parabola, if we plot that, where does this parabola cross the x-axis? Well, right here and right here. So the x-intercept is where the graph crosses or touches the x-axis. Now these points all have different coordinates, so if you think about it, it would have some value for x, but the y value or the y coordinate would be 0, because at the x-axis, right on the x-axis, which all these points are, the y coordinate is 0. So for each of these points, they'd have some x coordinate and then 0 for the y coordinate. So let's apply that to our problem. We have y equals x squared minus 2x plus 1, and we want to find the x-intercept. We know the x-intercept is the point where it crosses the x-axis, so at this point, our y value will be equal to 0. So let's set y equal to 0. We have 0 equals x squared minus 2x plus 1. Now we can factor the right-hand side of our equation right here. When we factor, we get 0 equals x minus 1 times x minus 1. And this is because negative 1 times negative 1 gives us 1, and negative 1 plus negative 1 gives us negative 2. So now we've factored this right-hand side. Now we're going to look at a property called zero product property. If we have two numbers, let's call them a and b, and we're multiplying them, and we get 0, this means that either a or b must be equal to 0 in order to get 0 for the answer. So we could have a times 0 equals 0, or 0 times b equals 0. Now applying that to our problem, if I set either of these two terms equal to 0, then we'll get this 0 for the answer. Now these two terms are the same, so we only need to write it down once. So we have x minus 1 equals 0. X minus 1 equals 0. We're setting the term equal to 0 and solving for x. So I'll add 1 on both sides, and I get x equals 1. So the x-intercept here is at 1. This means the coordinate is going to be 1, 0. If we plot this equation here, 0 equals x squared minus 2x plus 1, if we were to plot that, it would look something like this. It would be a parabola like this here. And this means it touches the x-axis right here, and this point is 1, 0. So our x-intercept is 1. 1 is the answer. Thanks for watching.